Hi everyone, so welcome back after a while. Today I've got a video about a cryptocurrency called Origin Protocol. Last week I had the opportunity to talk to Josh Fraser, the co-founder of Origin Protocol. Origin is a startup that enables true peer-to-peer commerce by removing intermediates and fees. And when they started off with the grand ambition of disrupting the sharing economy with the likes of Shopify, Uber, and Airbnb. So, for example, the problem they're trying to solve is when Uber and Lyft IPO'd, they had users who contributed to the network and the value of the company never got rewarded, but Origin aims to solve that by enabling the users to own a piece of that network. And also, they have one of the most well-known teams in the crypto space. So Josh Fraser has co-founded three other venture-backed companies, and Matt was a third project manager at YouTube, which was later acquired by Google. UPan was one of the six founding members of the famous PayPal mafia, which includes Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and Reid Hoffman, and he was also the first employee of YouTube. And Frank, he's led engineering teams at PayPal, YouTube, and Google. So it's a pretty star-studded team we've got at Origin Protocol. And the current news, so Origin Protocol is priced at $0.44, and it had a huge run up recently due to the NFT hype. So the current market cap is just above 100 million. So Origin had some recent news which propelled their share price a lot, and the first of which is the partnership with the Brave browser. As everyone knows, Brave browser is an alternative to Chrome, which actually earns you um, the basic attention token, and it's way better than Google Chrome. It doesn't show you any ads, and it's much faster. But ironically, I'm using Google Chrome at the moment just because I've got my screencast only on Google Chrome, and I can't be bothered adding it on Brave browser yet. So back to the story. Last year, Brave unveiled its fully revamped Brave Swag Store, which was powered by the Origin Protocol's decentralized e-commerce platform, Dshop, and it's entirely hosted on the interplanetary file system without any tracking cookies or scripts. And this year, they they enabled NFT support for the Brave Swag Store, such as limited edition digital collectibles tokenized on the blockchain. So whenever you go to purchase the physical product, you also have the option to purchase the digitalized version of it for an additional fee. All you got to do is chuck in your Ethereum wallet address, and the NFT is all yours. And moving on to the biggest news, probably is the partnership with Justin Blau. So Justin Blau is a world-renowned musician who has more than 1 billion music streams across Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube. And using Origin's Dshop, Justin Blau sold 33 unique NFTs with a total of over 11 million US dollars, which is a record in NFT history. And this is just the beginning, in my opinion. And if you go to the actual website, you can. So this is the main page. If you scroll down, you can actually see it's powered by Origin. And I believe this is the start of many more of these business ventures to come.
Yeah, so Origin started with this grand idea of we can build decentralized marketplaces. Think of any type of centralized marketplace that exists today and how we can actually decentralize on the blockchain. And we built the first prototype of that. It's still live, and if you're in mainnet, you can use it. But we found it was really hard. It was maybe too ambitious of an initial goal. Building both sides of the marketplace at the same time is really challenging. And so since then, we've narrowed our scope down to focus on one of our products is Dshop, which is more like a Shopify experience where you can launch your own store in decentralized fashion. And we also we just launched a new NFT platform around that, so you can actually sell NFTs on your own store. We have a partnership with Brave, so we're selling Brave NFTs on the Origin platform, which is really cool. We've also partnered with Google and AWS, so you can launch your own store on the AWS platform and Google Cloud platform with just one click. So we're really excited about those partnerships as well. On the NFT front, we're doing a partnership with Justin Blau, who's a world-renowned DJ. Is quite well known, particularly in the NFT space.
Yeah.
For the last year with COVID, a lot of musicians and artists have been stuck at home. They're used to touring all the time. They make all their income from largely from performing, and they've lost that over the last year. And so some of them have been busy making new music or exploring other hobbies. But Justin has been getting really big into NFTs. And so he sold like $1.1 million of NFTs on other platforms. And Justin's a good friend of mine and Matt's. And so we said, wouldn't it be cool if we did this on the Origin platform? And what if we, instead of it being on, a centralized marketplace, why don't we actually allow the creator to own that experience themselves? So you can actually see these NFTs on Justin's own website, so nft.freelau.com. You can see where he's selling these selling these NFTs, and it's going to be an auction. But what's really cool is we're doing stuff that no one's ever done before, of actually tokenizing his music, where you can actually the NFT unlocks like the music player, so you can listen to previously unreleased music if you're holding that NFT, and then the top buyer or top winner of the auction will actually get to collaborate with Justin on a new song. So we'll get to name the song. We'll get to decide whether we release it or not. So you can imagine like being in a club, a song comes on, you're like, oh yeah, that's my song, right? And so we think that's pretty cool. Also, in the future, once like offline events come back, he's talking about having these NFTs unlock like special in-person experiences, like maybe it becomes a backstage pass where you can go and hang out in the green room before a show and stuff like that. So we're excited about that. We're playing around the NFT space. We're learning as much as we can about this new space, and pretty excited about where it's going. Certainly a lot of attention and hype, and people talking about NFTs right now and dreaming about what this could be.
Actually dive a bit deeper into the partnership with Justin. What are you most excited about the growth of NFTs and your platform's ability to support them in the future?
Yeah, so I think we like being on the bleeding edge of things, and we like being focused on products that are targeted at crypto at our crypto audience, right? So on the bleeding edge, we like to be doing stuff no one's ever done before, and really it feels like we're on that bleeding edge now. We don't have it all figured out. We're learning as we go, but that's exactly where we like to be. That's where we're most comfortable, and that's where we're most happy. And then on the NFTs, we think it unlocks lots of potential opportunities in the future, whether it's more like digital art and collectibles, but that's kind of what the first version we've seen so far. But what I'm personally more excited in is like what this can unlock in the future, right? Whether it's that backstage pass we're talking about, or unlocking some sort of experience, buying you access you wouldn't be able to otherwise get. I think that's the most interesting use case to me. I know other people are interested in like the music aspect of it, being able to unlock custom music that you can't have access to anywhere else. There's a lot of benefits you can imagine for even ticketing for events where I don't know if you've ever bought a ticket on the secondary market to go to a concert, and you get up to the gate and you go to scan it, and they're like, oh, sorry, your ticket's no good. And like all your friends go into the show and you're like stuck there with this dud of a ticket that someone scammed you with, right? It's horrible, right? And so do NFTs solve this problem? Is that the solution? I don't know, but it could be. And it's certainly a problem that needs to be solved.
On the surface, NFTs, they just look like collectibles, but when you go a bit deeper, when you unlock all the unique experiences, that's what actually gives it value. Because when I first discovered NFTs, I was thinking to myself, how does it possibly get value? Is it just like people trading it for higher prices? But Now that you said it, it puts things into perspective.
On a technical level, we're almost nothing, right? We're just a hash. I mean, we're just a storage slot in a smart contract, right? So on a technical level, there's very very little there. But what we're adding as humans is that meaning and significance and the metadata around that. And so it's really NFTs are what we make of them as humans. And I think we often forget that um, most of what we interact with and treat as real in this world are just imaginary constructs.
Yeah.
We talk about companies as if they're real, but they're not. Like Google's not like a thing. That's not like a physical thing that you can touch. It's like we collectively agree to pretend like Google's a thing, and so it is, right? Same thing can be said for countries or governments or money or
Money. Yeah.
um, yeah, all of these constructs we're not real, right? We just pretend that we're real, and then they are, and so we're very good as humans of giving meaning to things. And so I view NFTs through that lens. They only have as much meaning as we give them. So yeah, so lots of stuff going on in the NFT front. We encourage people to check out the auction and participate. Like we're even giving away, Justin's giving away NFTs to everyone who bids. So even if you don't win,
Oh, really?
it's worth participating. You'll get like a participation award. So be sure to do that.